Well, we're leading with Cauvery today as the issue, of course, refuses to die down. Once again, in Supreme Court, while the matter is going to come up in a couple of days, an affidavit that has been filed by the Karnataka government has been accessed here at Mirror now. Cauvery Water wars, of course, continue between Karnataka and Tamil Nadu. The slugfest now playing out both in the top court and also on the streets. In the latest, Karnataka filing this fresh affidavit in the Supreme Court, stating that it cannot release any more water to Tamil Nadu, especially after the 12th of September. Now, the affidavit says it poses a great risk to the state to continue to release water. It has also requested a review by the Cauvery Water Management Authority to decrease the daily water allocation to Tamil Nadu from 5,000 cusecs to 3,000 cusecs. Now, they argue that Tamil Nadu's demand for 24,000 cusecs per day is unjustified due to severe rain shortages, diminished reservoir inflow, and drought conditions in the Cauvery and Krishna basins. Now, meanwhile, BJP Karnataka has upped the ante with the former Chief Minister Vijay Bommai and senior party leaders here planning a protest at KRS Dam on Friday. Now, the party, of course, criticized the Siddaramaiah government, claiming that the farmers have lost faith in the state leadership.
The farmers in the state of Karnataka continue to protest on the streets owing to the entire Cauvery water issue that we're seeing on both sides, Karnataka as well as Tamil Nadu. It seems like protests are refusing to die down. The Supreme Court was supposed to hear the matter today, but it's not coming up. Are you somewhere seeing that there could be a solution that could be found this time around with the hearing coming up?
See, in Karnataka rainfall shortage is there, and in our reservoirs water is not there. Last year, whatever water we have left, there is enough stock is there in Tamil Nadu for Cauvery belt. And our government has failed to convince the Cauvery River Management Authority as well as the Supreme Court. They should tell our situation, our reservoirs, we don't have water, and especially for our farmers as well as for Bangalore citizens, there is no drinking water. So, whatever reservoirs are there, the Tamil Nadu government should use that. For that, our government should present the case properly. They have failed to convince us. Today, see, because the Tamil Nadu government, they don't want to have any confusion with the Tamil Nadu government. I told you earlier also, they are into India alliance. Just for few seats adjustment, they are making Karnataka people scapegoat.
State government is not serious about the farmers' issue. The present government in the state is also not serious about the Cauvery issue. The fact that Karnataka Rajya Raita Sangha has filed an impleading petition in the Supreme Court, that itself clearly shows that they have lost faith in the state government. The manner in which state ministers are commenting on this farmers issue and farmers protest on this Cauvery issue is really obnoxious. They're trying to insult the farmers. They're also trying to insult the organization who are fighting for the cause of the farmers. It's really unfortunate.
A big statement made by Karnataka on affidavit on a day when Supreme Court has refused urgent hearing to Tamil Nadu in a setback to the state and deferred the hearing till September 21. And in the affidavit, Karnataka says that it's faced with a drought-like situation in Cauvery and Krishna basin. It has 25% shortage of rainfall, 45.7% shortfall of inflow in reservoirs like Krishna Sagar and Kabani reservoirs from where water is supposed to be given to Tamil Nadu. And most significant statement being made that after September 12, it cannot release any water to Tamil Nadu, and releasing will put the state at risk. Very, very important statement coming in from Karnataka through an affidavit. And let me read out for the benefit of the viewers some important points from the affidavit. It says, demand of Tamil Nadu for supply of water of 24,000 cusecs per day is wholly unjustified. It also says it's completely based on presumption that this is a normal water year, and state of Karnataka is facing a severe drought-like situation both in Cauvery and Krishna basins, putting a heavy burden on the state government. It may not be feasible to further release any water from reservoirs in Karnataka after September 12, 2023, after complying with the directions of CWMA. And what is important is that Karnataka also says that it has filed a review petition before the Cauvery Water Management Authority, saying that the present quantity of, 5,000 cusics per day, it has been, CWMA has asked to Karnataka to release to Tamil Nadu. Even that quantity should be reduced to by 2,000 cusics to 3,000 cusics, saying that it is facing an acute water problem.
Water wars between the states of Karnataka and Tamil Nadu continue over the Cauvery River water issue, and now we're picking up that the Supreme Court in fact has deferred the hearing and would now be hearing the matter on September 21st. Remember that the state of Karnataka, that has currently been releasing 5,000 cusics of water every day to Tamil Nadu, has said that come September 12th and they would not be able to release any more water. Now the situation remains dire for farmers on both states, in fact in Karnataka as well as in Tamil Nadu, and protests in the state of Karnataka are refusing to die down, with farmers even threatening to take the extreme step. Well, as far as the governments of both states are concerned, we'll really have to wait and see what cases and what arguments in fact they plead in Supreme Court on September 21st.
Well, Dr. Narayan Lakshman, Associate Editor of The Hindu, Vijay Grover, Senior Journalist, also with us to really discuss what this would mean really for, the alliance going forward between the Congress and the DMK, considering the fact that at this point, the affidavit makes it very clear that we don't have any more water to release. After 12th of September, it's not going to happen. Is it going to really strain the relationship? Is it going to have a bearing on the India alliance? Let's take this across. Mr. Lakshman, how do you really look at this stand that's being taken? Of course, as far as pressure is concerned, they are facing quite a bit of it, with protests on the streets from the opposition as well. Now, with them deciding that they won't release water, at least an affidavit in this regard, do you think it will strain the relationship somewhat?
Well, Deepak, there is always that possibility. However, I want to point out that most of the sort of protests have come from the BJP side, indeed, as your footage just now indicated, on the Karnataka side. And similarly, smaller parties like the Tamil Nadu Congress and so on have gone on the front foot and criticized Tamil Nadu Chief Minister M.K. Stalin. But it has not yet, in my view, led to any fraying of relationships in the context of the India alliance at the national level between the Congress and the DMK, which are on either side of the state border. Now, does that mean that this is enough to give both the chief ministers and both the parties sort of a sense of complacency? I don't think so, because the fundamental DNA of this India alliance is that they are going to have to bridge the state level lens with the federal or national level lens. So every party that is in power at the state level, which has come together in this alliance, will have some conflict of interest with another one of the alliance members at some point. It is highly likely. So not only in this particular case do they have to work out a distress sharing formula for water, but at a national level, they have to work out a anxiety and frustration sharing formula for the alliance partners. Without that, the 2024 election is only going to go one way.
Mr. Grover, would you agree with that? Mr. Vijay Grover, are you able to hear me?
Sorry, were you addressing me?
Yeah, Deepak.
You can
Yes,
hear
Deepak,
me. Would you agree
hear?
with that statement?
Well, see, as far
Yes.
as what Dr. Narayan has said, I look at it from a very different perspective, given the fact that, in this conflict, the way it is emerging at the moment, I think both the parties which are in power stand to gain to some extent, because the way Karnataka has put its foot down that, it will not be able to release thing, it helps the Congress thing in sense of, that it is trying to gain into a territory where it didn't have a hold. Even if you look at it from the lens of, the 2024 elections. And Congress, by this kind of a tough stance, certainly stands to benefit some seats. And, this will be something which will help it, because if it puts its foot down, the only party at a disadvantage now could be to some extent the BJP, because one being the principal opposition party in Karnataka, it is not able to put that kind of pressure or the agitation which many have seen in the past, where the Cauvery River dispute has seen, take ugly turns on several occasions. And also it doesn't help it in Tamil Nadu, because given the fact that, though the BJP did try to raise this voice, but it had its repercussions over here. While DMK doesn't care, because it's only looking at the 39 seats which it is eyeing in Tamil Nadu, the alliance thing could come much later, because that is something where we will have to wait and watch. But clearly, this dispute at the juncture it is today, I think so both the Congress and the DMK are trying to encash it from the state's perspective where they are ruling at the moment.
But really, one quick question before we, in fact, come to a close on this particular topic. I'd like to come back here to Dr. Narayan Lakshman. How do you really view this from the lens of the India Alliance in specific? Because, time and again, here the BJP in particular have said it is because of this alliance that there is a soft corner. The DMK goes to court, the Karnataka government sits back and waits to, see what happens, does not really act aggressively because they do not want to irk them. But now taking this strong stand of sorts, is that going to change anything?
Yes, Deepak. I think this is in fact one of the downsides of being in a sort of a ragtag alliance of many, many different shades and many different parties. The problem is you start compromising, and when you compromise, and this is actually the core issue of the entire Cauvery dispute. It is the distress of the agrarian groups on either side of the border and across the Cauvery Basin, in fact, and Krishna Basin that are affected, and that is like a human rights issue. That's a human interest, human welfare issue. So I think this alliance should not lead to a situation where, in the interest of the alliance, the BJP turns around and says, look, Congress and DMK are hand in glove, and the interest of the basin farmers is being compromised severely. That will actually help the BJP. So this is the sort of the risk and the downside of alliance politics, which they're going to have to be very careful about going forward, because it's at some level they also have to be able to put their foot down and say, look, for my state, the people of my state, and the farmers particularly, I need to make a strong case at the Supreme Court. I need to talk about a distress formula, and I need to get more water, or I need to keep more water in the case of Karnataka. So this is a sort of a tightrope act that we are going to have to see the alliance playing.
Right. I thank both our guests for joining us and giving us a little bit of perspective, because this issue isn't going to die down. We're going to come back to both of you all, and BJP, of course, plans a big protest on Friday. We are looking at protests on the streets of Mandya in particular, which continues now with Karnataka deciding it will not release water. And if there is a positive verdict in that request, we could see protests that will unfold in Tamil Nadu as well. We're keeping a very close watch on all of these developments that are taking place. For now, I thank both our panelists for joining us for this quick roundup of this issue. As the development today, of course, is the latest affidavit that we have access, which says that from 12th of September, water released to be Tamil Nadu will be stopped. Now, we are moving on at this point in time. The YSRTP president and